Chris Watts appeared to have it all: a steady job, a beautiful wife, 2 adorable daughters, a 3rd baby on the way. He lived in a quiet suburban home in Frederick, Colorado, a place where evil felt unimaginable. But on August 13, 2018, the delusion shattered. Shanann Watts, 34 years old and 15 weeks pregnant, vanished without a trace. So did her 2 daughters, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste. Her friend Nicole Atkinson was the first to raise the alarm. Shanann had missed a doctor's appointment and wasn't answering calls or texts. That wasn't like her. She was a creature of routine. So Nicole drove to the house. She rang the bell. Knocked. No one answered. She called the police.
Nicole?
Yes.
Chris arrived shortly after. His tone was casual, his demeanor calm, too calm. He told the officer that he had left for work early that morning, around 5:15 a.m., and hadn't heard from Shanann since. He said they'd had a civil conversation the night before, but he couldn't explain where she might have gone. Police searched the house. Shanann's phone was still there.
Her phone's here? Yeah. Her phone's here.
Her purse was in the kitchen.
That's her purse.
Her shoes by the door.
Her shoes she wears every single day right in the front door.
Her car still in the garage with the girls' car seats inside. Chris was cooperative at first. He agreed to interviews. He made TV appearances pleading for his family's return. Shanann, if you're out there, come back, he said.
Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. Like, if somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here. Please bring her back.
But something felt off. His body language was strange. He swayed back and forth, avoided eye contact. And the way he spoke about his missing daughters lacked emotion. When investigators questioned him further, he stumbled over details. His stories shifted. They brought in a polygraph expert. Chris agreed to take the test, but as we all expected, he failed it. Now cornered, Chris requested to speak with his father, alone. It was then, in a quiet interrogation room, that he finally broke. But instead of confessing fully, he claimed that Shanann had killed the children.
Did she kill him? Hair blue. Both of them. Yes. She took both of them then. I forgot the champagne.
In a rage, he said he had killed her.
Not just this. Rage.
The investigators didn't believe him, and they were right. The real story was even more horrific. Chris Watts had been having an affair with a co-worker named Nicole Kessinger. She believed he was separated, and that their relationship was leading somewhere serious. What she didn't know was that Chris was making big plans, not to move on, but to erase the family he already had. In the early hours of August 13th, after Shanann returned home from a business trip, Chris attacked her. He strangled her in their bedroom. Bella and Celeste were just steps away, sleeping in their rooms, or maybe they were awake. He wrapped Shanann's body in a sheet. He loaded her into the back of his truck. Then, shockingly, he brought his 2 daughters, still alive, and placed them in the vehicle alongside the body of their mother. They drove for over an hour to an oil site owned by his employer, Anadarko Petroleum. There, Chris murdered his daughters, one by one. Bella, the oldest, fought back. She bit her tongue. She struggled. And her final words, spoken through terror, were, "Daddy, please, no." Chris placed their bodies into separate oil tanks. The openings were only 8 inches wide. He forced them in. Then he buried Shanann in a shallow grave nearby. The investigation moved quickly. A neighbor's security footage revealed Chris's truck being backed into the driveway at 5:17 a.m., contradicting his timeline. The footage showed him loading something or someone into the vehicle. Combined with his failed polygraph and erratic behavior, it was enough to get the case closed. Chris was arrested on August 15th. As the evidence mounted, he finally confessed to the full truth. He was charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder, 1 for Shanann, 2 for Bella and Celeste, and 2 additional counts for the children because they were under 12 and he was in a position of trust. He was also charged with unlawful termination of a pregnancy and 3 counts of tampering with a body. Facing the death penalty, Chris accepted a plea deal. He would spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. On November 19, 2018, he was sentenced,
and have him serve the rest of his life in the Department of Corrections.
Shanann's parents addressed the court. They described the loss of their daughter, their granddaughters, and their unborn grandson. Their words were filled with heartbreak and fury. "You heartless monster," Shanann's brother said. "You carried them out like trash." In a later prison interview, Chris described his crimes in detail. He admitted he had considered other methods, including poisoning Shanann or crashing the truck. But in the end, he chose the most direct and violent path. He claimed he regretted everything, but the sincerity of those words is hard to believe. The Chris Watts case gripped the world because it felt unthinkable. A man who smiled in family photos, who said he loved his children, had destroyed them. And for what? A new relationship, a fresh start? He could have walked away. He could have gotten a divorce. But instead, he made a choice, one that would haunt countless lives forever. Today, Chris Watts sits in a Wisconsin maximum security prison, alone, forgotten, and universally reviled. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and baby Nico never got the chance to live the futures they deserved. But their memory lives on in the hearts of those who loved them, and in the chilling legacy of a father who became a murderer. This is the Dark Enigma. If you like true crime and real mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and don't miss the next case.